Let's take a look at the starting 11s tonight. We'll start on the City 2 side under head coach Bobby Murphy, who is in his second season. Great to see Tate Lampman making his first start of this season. The 17-year-old was hurt last year for Dynamo Dose, a long road back from injury for Dynamo Dose, and as always, it's a great crowd on hand in St. Louis. Laura Rodriguez is our head referee, and her whistle starts tonight's match. Glad you're with us here on Apple TV using MLS Season Pass. So St. Louis City 2 has won its last 3 matches and 6 out of 7. They are 8-2-2 this season. And he expected a good performance tonight, trying to avenge one of just 2 losses this year against Dynamo Dose. This one's played back to Olivares. City 2, a team that, as we said, can be multifaceted in the way it plays. They like to apply a lot of pressure to you, but they don't always have to have the ball. Had just about 32% possession last match and still won. Big opportunity early and a pass in front. Goes all the way through. It was Makai Joyner trying to hook up with Ryan Betcher there. Well lately for City 2. A lot of contact there, and our first foul of the match goes against St. Louis. So we restart, just about 5 minutes gone in this first half in St. Louis. And Houston City 2 squaring off for the second time this year. It's really interesting hearing Bobby Murphy talk about the philosophy of the way they do things in St. Louis. Feels the best thing that you can do is you have a turnover here. Opportunity for Houston, but a shot sails well high and wide. Bobby Murphy did say that he would like his team to be a little bit more lethal in the attacking third of the field. All but good step forward to win the ball there by Oscar Benitez for City 2. McSorley in the middle of the field. Juan Kuzain back for McSorley, and he almost put that one through. It's the 3rd consecutive match away from home from Dynamo Dose, and in that game in Kansas, they got a brace from Usman Silla, a player that has really been great lately for them. This is Achara trying to get around Reed. Achara chips it to the back post, headed just high. What a chance for Kieran Sargent. Perhaps shouldn't be surprising the offensive nature of this match so far. Good 1-2 opportunity, deflected shot, and then cleared away by Benitez. The first time these two played, they combined for Jefferson Valverde, by the way, making his debut with Dynamo Dose. He was just signed by the Houston organization on April 26th, out of Ecuador. Here is Sargent. It's an onside play. Trying to get back to the middle, and that is fallen on by the keeper, Olivares. Play a factor with the sun shining bright on that far strip of the pitch. Seth Antwi against SKC2 last week. Kenny Bundy wanted them to tighten up their defense on set pieces tonight. In swinging ball, headed to the back post. Houston got the first touch on it. And a foul against City 2 on June 2nd, 3-2 on the road. Lost in Houston on May 22nd, 2-0. Tonight they hope for some retribution. Player with New York Red Bulls in his first season in the St. Louis organization. Played collegiately at UConn as well. Foul here against City 2 behind the play, and a yellow is very quickly shown. Shots are 4-1 in favor of Dynamo Dose so far. Usman Silla is tripped up and fouled. He's taken in the 2nd round of the draft by Houston. And coming off his first career brace as a professional against SKC2. Kenny Bundy said Silla is always going to be one of the best players, if not the best player on the field. It's just been a question over these last couple weeks of getting the final piece out of his quality. Tyson Pierce, one of those highly touted prospects in the St. Louis organization, just 16 years old. Pierce sends it in low. Sargent the first touch on it. Comes right back to Pierce. Reed crosses it to the middle. Sargent once again got a boot on it. A race for that ball. City 2 wins it back. Reed sending it in, headed towards the target, and it's put in! City 2 breaks the ice. 1-0, 24 minutes in. Off the scramble from the free kick. An unbelievable recovery by Benitez. Beautiful ball from Reed. It gets put in off the deflection. And City 2 have the first goal tonight. Fans, the best youth soccer teams from across the U.S. and Canada are on their quest for championships at the 2024 MLS Next Cup. Another chance for St. Louis, and a save by Xavier Valdez on Cameron Silly. Sends it in low, headed, and it's deflected wide. Brendan McSorley was unmarked, and that's how much he thinks of Tyson Pierce. Reed sends it in low, headed towards the target, and Valdez handles it. They're approaching halftime as well in Huntsville, and Chicago Fire 2 have scored the first goal in that match. 1-0 is the lead. And this is a good call by Laura Rodriguez, showing a yellow to Michael Wenzel. Watch Wenzel, 40, just give the old bear hug there to stop the opportunity for Houston. Segal was trying to run away from it, and Laura Rodriguez did not blow the halftime whistle, but now she does. So that will be all for the first half here at City Park. No subs at halftime, so the same players on the field for both sides. 3 points would give them the most points in all of MLS Next Pro. Cross comes in towards the middle, and it's sent away by McSorley there. Michael Wenzel was involved in the action as well. At all in that first half for Dynamo Dos, it felt like they might have found some momentum in the last couple minutes, so we'll see if that carries over here in the second half. And felt like the opportunity his guys, Olivares and Nicholas Bishop, have had to train with the first team quite a bit this year has really added to what they've brought to City 2. And Usman Silla's on the run. Achara on the wide side, cuts it back to the middle. Achara fires, and it was blocked. Good defensive play by Oscar Benitez, who's played a good match so far. Gabriel McKenna, number 50, comes on for his 9th appearance of the season. A long run here for McSorley, and he is down to the turf and does not get a whistle. Here's Achara, fires just wide. The last 2 seasons, and maybe even at its highest level this season. Second meeting of the year between these two sides. Houston, City 2 avenged its only other loss this year against Colorado last weekend, trying to make it 2 for 2 here tonight. Juan Kuzain sends this well high. Created a lot of chances, scored some goals off set pieces, particularly corners. Outswinging ball, first sent away by McSorley. Sargent having a rip at it, but it was blocked, and Juan Kuzain able to poke it free. Product of Clemson University.
Ladies and gentlemen, substitution for Dynamo 2, leaving the game number 10, Ifeanyi Akara. He is replaced by number 11.
Or for Reed, I should say, for Dynamo Dos. Played in 20 matches last year as well and scored 5 goals. This year, 1 assist. All of a sudden, he's scored goals in 5 of the last 6 matches. Here's Gonzalez having an opportunity, but it's wide. Second decent chance of the second half for Diego Gonzalez for Houston. Foul here against Houston before beginning a stretch of 3 of 4 on the road beginning on June 30th in Vancouver. Reed sends this in. Bouncing ball in the area, headed towards the target by Joyner. Kansas City was able to equalize. Silla scored again. And it wasn't until the 87th minute that Kansas City was able to make that match 2-2. St. Louis looking to take over the top spot in the Western Conference table tonight. A steamy night in St. Louis. Diego Gonzalez, the captain, to take it. Gonzalez with a good ball, and it's headed away. Not cleared definitively, though. This is high and wide, though. And a good job to fall on it and kind of shield himself with the body there. Dangerous-looking opportunities on both ends of the field, but not much came of it for either side. Here's Sargent once again. Gets it to the middle of the field. Tate Lampman. Houston has played much better, had much more of the ball here in the second half. So 3 subs here you can see coming on for CITY2. 46, 71, and 41. So that's John Klein. Here's Klein right off the bench. Had it poked away. Juan Cusain tried to get back to it, but Glover takes over for Dynamo Dos. Here's Caden Glover fighting for the ball there in the box, and the foul goes against Glover. The goal scorer, Betcher, and Makai Joyner all off for Bobby Murphy's team. Seems like Laura Rodriguez has let the teams play a little bit more in the second half. Here's John Klein. Tried to turn on the Jets there and committed the foul as Tate Lampman. Chicago have added a second goal on the road. A 2-0 lead over Huntsville now. Here comes St. Louis and John Klein. And not a good pass there, taken back by Gonzalez. Foul against St. Louis. About 22 and a half minutes gone since the break. Kieran Sargent able to find Diego Gonzalez. Cross comes to the middle. It's loose out in front, and now Juan Cusain sends it away from trouble. Houston continuing to pressure forward. Sargent once again has been very active tonight. Once again, well-handled situation though by CITY2. A foul now against Dynamo Dos, and a yellow shown to Aodesu against Dynamo Dos tonight. 4th total from Laura Rodriguez. 13th out of 14 spots in the West, but playing much better of late. CITY2 trying to move up to first place tonight. They would leapfrog North Texas with a good result this evening. And a yellow now shown to Cameron Silly for St. Louis. CITY2 clinging to a 1-goal lead in the 85th minute. Takeaway here by Tate Lampman. It is Lampman on the run, gives it up. Big opportunity, but no one is there for the pass from Gonzalez. Lampman retreats for it. Usman Silla cuts to the middle, fires just wide. Gonzalez ahead for Usman Silla. Trying to find a little room. Silla bends one right into Olivares' chest. Had a couple brief stoppages since we crossed 90 minutes, and now Now Klein is shown a yellow for stalling. Tate Lampman trying to send it towards the area. And there's your final whistle. There is a new top team in the Western Conference.